Hi, I'm Antoine Keith, Unemployment Insurance Director for the Division of Employment Security. Today we're going to talk about the pending changes to our unemployment insurance system. So sit back, relax. If you have questions, hold them to the end. The name of our new system is the Southeast Consortium Unemployment Benefits Integration System. I know it's a lot of words, so let me say it again. Southeast Consortium Unemployment Benefits Integration System. We call it SCOOBY. Now the key word in this title is benefits. This is a benefits system. It's not tax. The things that you do today regarding tax, you will still do tomorrow. This only changes how we handle the benefits side of the house. How did we get here? North Carolina, along with most other states, face an aging computer system. We're essentially working on 1980s technology built on 1970s requirements. It's very costly to maintain. It's difficult to upgrade. So what are we doing about it? North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia came together to create a common system built on the same platform. It's going to be a benefit to both claimants as well as employers. You'll be able to see a more robust self-service portal, much more user-friendly, and user-friendly in government speak means less phone calls. And you'll have the ability to upload information in real time. We're going to go live September the 28th, 2018. That's a Friday. It's the last workday of the third quarter. Now, let's get into the nuts and bolts of this thing. Currently today, everything we do by mail. The only things that employers can do online, for the most part, is view their actual and potential charges. In Scooby World, we're still going to be mailing out those charges to you, but you'll be able to go online, click on the potential charges, and click on protest if you want to protest those charges. We'll make a decision, we'll mail it out to you, but also it'll be online where you can just click on it and click on appeal if you so choose. We expect that Scooby will make responding a lot simpler for employers. Currently, 2/3 of all notices of claim and separation information, the 500AB, are received either late or not at all. The 500AB is like the bread and butter document that we use to determine whether an individual will be eligible for unemployment insurance benefits or not. Now, a lot of these are due to maybe you laid someone off, or maybe you just don't wish to contest the claim. However, not responding can affect the quality of the decisions. Also, if erroneous unemployment benefits are paid as a result of untimely or inadequate responses, then you may open yourself up to a penalty. Now, just to take it back a bit, back in 2012, the federal government dictated that all states should have a adequacy law or rule. North Carolina implemented theirs around October, November 2013. Essentially what it says is that if an employer shows a pattern of responding untimely or inadequately, then they may open themselves up for a penalty. An inadequate response could be something like a one-word response, such as fired. There's not a whole heck of a lot we can do with that. In Scooby World, we will give you our adequacy law, and you'll be asked to attest to that law. Now, I hear the question in your mind, Antoine, how can I respond adequately and timely? Great question. In Scooby World, all employers are going to be responding electronically. Now, currently, there are two ways that employers respond electronically: sides, e-response. But by and large, some 70% of our employers, they respond with the paper 500AB to the notice of separation. You know the form I'm talking about. In the bottom left-hand corner, it says NCUI 500AB. It has the boxes on it that you check or X: quit, lack of work, discharge. You might write out beside the discharge box, violated company policy. And that starts a frenzy of activity on our side where we'll pick up the phone, call you, because we want to know, well, what was the policy that was violated? Was the employee aware of the policy? Was the employee aware the violation of the policy could result in termination? Was the employee warned? Who did the warning? When was the warning given? And then if we don't get you, what happens? Well, we have to leave a 48-hour consequence statement. And then, heaven forbid, if the unthinkable happens and you call us back, we're not there to get the call. Because then the cycle just starts all over again. In Scooby World, you're going to get a notice in the mail. You no longer will get that paper 500 AB. You'll get a notice in the mail that tells you somebody's filed a claim, you're the last employer, you need to go to our website, des.nc.gov, and you're going to complete a dynamic fact finding. The dynamic fact finding is simply a tool that allows employers to give us much more information up front. It uses drop-down boxes, it uses logic based on the prior answer that you gave. It's very simple, it's very easy to use. We expect that it's going to save you a lot more time and provide us a lot more information up front. Here's a screenshot of the dynamic fact finding. This is a quit working conditions. Let's go through it. Enter the name and job title of the individual with whom the former employee discussed the situation. Name, Jack Long. Job title, manager. When did this discussion occur? July 1, 2018. What were the results of this discussion? Please provide details of any accommodation or resolution you made or attempted to make as a result of the discussion. The employee was no longer happy with this job. What specific reason did the former employee give for quitting? Employee wanted to seek another job. That's it, folks. That's it in a nutshell. It doesn't take a PhD. We're not asking for a dissertation. You can put as much information you want or as little information as you want. But as long as you're responding to those questions, pretty much going to be adequate for the most part. Now, once you get to the end of that dynamic fact finding, you're going to go to a landing page, which is going to prompt you to upload any documents you may want to. So time that dynamic fact finding is over, say you have the resignation letter that the individual gave, you want to upload that to us. You can do so at that time. Or a warning letter, or a copy of the policy they violated, or the signature page where they signed showing that they understood the policy. All of that you can give us at that time. Now, there's one thing that will be different when we go to Scooby. Currently, if you lay someone off, we don't give you a determination. Matter of fact, most of the time you don't realize that a person is getting unemployment benefits until you get that notice of potential charges. In Scooby World, you're going to get the notice in the mail, you'll be told to come to our website, and you'll be prompted to complete a lack of work dynamic fact finding. Why is this? What are the things that we're looking for when it comes to a layoff? Well, primarily we want to know, did you provide severance pay to this individual? Why? Because in the state of North Carolina, you cannot get unemployment insurance benefits during a time period that's covered by severance pay. This is just one of the steps that we use in order to protect the integrity of the system. And we have to look for employers to help us in this effort. We expect the dynamic fact finding to really give us some great benefits. So what are the benefits you should see? A reduction in paperwork, less annoying phone calls from us. The more information we get up front, the more sound that initial decision is. The more sound that initial decision, the less time you or your staff have to spend preparing or appearing in hearings. Also, you still have the ability to upload documentation, and you have the ability to change information if you need to. On the self-service portal, you'll see a Smart Link section. This is a very important section. This section is tailored to you. Links will appear that we're looking for information back from you. Respond to requests for separation information. If there has not been anyone that's filed a claim where you're the last employer, you won't see a link that asks you to respond to separation information. Respond to additional information. View recent correspondence. Say you've completed your dynamic fact finding, then it hits you 2 or 3 days later that there's some warnings that you need to upload to us to go with your fact finding. Go to the recent correspondence link, click on it. There's an upload document link there. Respond to wage audit notices. So in the state of North Carolina, we do a cross match with the National Director of New Hire. Anytime we get a hit that says an individual is working, we send out a wage audit notice to you. What are the things we're looking for? Is this individual working with you? When did they start working? How much did they earn during particular weeks? Once again, this is a step that we take in order to protect the integrity of the system. And we have to look to employers to help us with this endeavor. We want to know, should this individual be getting unemployment benefits? Are they reporting their wages properly? Are they trying to commit fraud? This is a screenshot of the employer self-service portal. If you look in the upper right-hand corner, you see the Smart Link section and the highlighted red box. Once again, this section is tailored to you, the employer. View recent correspondence. If nobody's filed a claim where you're the last employer, that link's not there. Respond to wage audit notice. If we haven't gotten a hit from the National Director of New Hire, you won't see that link under your Smart Link section. The other links at the bottom here, they're always there. Actual benefit charges, potential benefit charges, separation history, view correspondence. You can always click on a view correspondence link, and if you need to upload documentation to us, you can do so at that time. Submit tip or lead. Once again, this is another step that we take in order to protect the integrity of the system, and we have to look to employers to help us in this endeavor. So you get a notice of potential charges to your account, you go down the street, you see the same guy that was on the notice of potential charges working. Rather than having to call us, rather than having to email us, go into Scooby, click on the Submit Tip or Lead link, fill in the information. We'll get it, we'll get a fraud investigator assigned to it, and they'll commence to investigate to see if this individual is trying to double dip. Meaning, are they working at the same time that they're getting unemployment insurance benefits and not reporting those earnings? As I said before, there are 2 ways that employers currently respond electronically: sides and sides e-response. Now, the one thing I want you to remember is if you're currently filing with sides or sides e-response, nothing changes. You will still respond to the request of separation in the same manner you always have. You'll still get your email notification, you'll still come to our website, you'll still plug your information in. Everything else on that self-serve portal, you can utilize. You'll just never see a respond to request for separation under your Smart Link section. Moving forward, in order to get into our system, it doesn't change. You'll still go to our website, des.nc.gov. You'll still sign in. You'll go to our landing page, the IDM landing page, Identity Management. Currently, when you log in, you see all the tax links on the left-hand side. They will still be on the left-hand side. And you see some sides and some benefit links on the right-hand side. That's where you'll go into Scooby. If you got questions, as you do today, you'll contact our employer call center. If you got questions about your identity management password, if you got questions about the dynamic fact finding, you need help, contact that employer call center. When we go live, we'll be adding on some temporary staff to help us with this transition. As we get closer to our go live date, we're going to be increasing communications to you. We'll be doing mass mailings. We'll be sending notices to your IDM email accounts. We'll be putting alerts up on our website. Because the big thing that I want you to remember is when we go down, this is a 30-year-old system. So it's not like we can turn it down at midnight and turn the new system on at 12:01. We're going to be working all day Monday, September the 24th. After hours, we're going to bring that old system down. We'll be down on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's called the blackout period. And we're still going to be working. We're not going to be on vacation. We'll still be able to see the old system. So we'll still be able to answer your phone calls. We'll still be able to do everything except plug information into the system. Then we'll come up first thing Friday morning the 28th. We'll run extended hours on that Friday. We'll be working all day Saturday the 29th. And for that first week, we'll be running extended hours also. If you have any questions, please email us at des.scooby@ncommerce.com. We welcome your questions. We need your questions. The more we get, the better prepared we're going to be when we go live. Remember, this is a massive undertaking. It's a huge change for all of us. And it's going to take some time for us to get used to it. But we'll get through it. We'll get through it together.